Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be reacting to
Numbers don't lie. Hip hop is dead in 2025.
What's poppin', y'all? Looks like the numbers are in, and there's really nothing you could do to dispute it. Hip hop might be dead, at least commercially, in the current year of 2025. This post was going around a lot, and it said only 4 hip hop songs are
why did he
charting on
drop
today's
this?
global Spotify
Recent. It was recent. 6 days ago.
chart. The lowest number in the chart's 9-year history. On this exact day 5 years ago,
Yeah, I mean, I do see the decline of
Really?
hip hop. Yeah,
Oh. Even
because
after Kendrick?
Kendrick was actually, I feel like, a little revival, but then kind of went down. Because
He's been 9 years.
well, right
Why did
now
he
it's the
decline?
lowest.
Oh.
Like, but so this year.
Mm.
But because we do react to the charts like the billboards end of year lists, we see like in the 2000s there's a lot of R&B hip hop. Nowadays on the charts you barely see hip hop, like it's all country pop, and sprinkle a little bit of hip hop here and there. Like if you see an R&B song, wow, R&B, that's about it. There's no hip hop anymore.
there were 56 rap songs on the chart. Now, this is a little bit odd because when I check the global charts for Spotify, it shows me 50 songs, not 100 or however many songs they're seeing on this. But in the 50 charts on the day that I checked this out, there were no hip hop tracks. So that might even be worse.
There's 200. I think he checked the same video that we check. The video we do is only 50, but generally the list is 200. They just cut it down because like who cares about 158th spot?
But even if we check out the Hot 100, because this is global, and pop music has always had more of a dominance globally, and especially now, K-pop music dominating global charts as well. But if we look at the Hot 100, it looks even spookier because that's in America. Really, the only people like Leon Thomas, he's not a rapper, right? He's up there though with R&B, and he's doing fine. But we've got Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA at number 26. We've got the Drake Party Next Door and Cash Cobain song that just re-entered the charts, so that song's been blowing up again, and that's more of the R&B album. We've got Big X the Plug. I will give you a spoiler right now. Big X the Plug is the most dominant rapper on the Hot 100 right now. He's got the most entries. Big X the Plug got
Right.
2
I think I made that comment too. Like Big X the Plug, it's just kind of crazy because like Big X the
Yeah.
Plug, really, like
songs. Now, one of them is with Bailey Zimmerman, and that's more of a country song. I talked about this when it first released on my other channel, I believe, or when it first started like doing crazy numbers. And Doja Cat, more of a pop act. She's been dropping more pop music. But we've got Tyler the Creator, who also has Sugar on My Tongue. That's at number 56. And then at number 59, Big X the Plug got his song Hell at Night. So Big X the Plug is dominating, but really all throughout the charts, you just see Sabrina Carpenter, Justin Bieber, Tate McRae. You've got Gunna and Burna Boy, but Gunna and Burna Boy, yeah, Gunna is a rapper. We'll give him that. And then Drake, of course. What did I miss? And then it's looking sparse. You got Tiramisu by Don Toliver, which I'm glad that song is doing good. That was a good track. It felt like he just dropped that out of nowhere. Was there a snippet that was circling around before on TikTok or something, and then he dropped it? Because I just saw a random drop by him. I clicked on it. I was like, yo, this is hard. I'm going to continue listening to this for the rest of the day. You also got in the 90s, we're talking, Glorilla and Key Glock, each with their own song on there. And Cardi B, damn near about to fall off the track, or damn near about to fall off the Hot 100. Same with Which One by Drake and Central C, which I expect. That song's been on there for 7 weeks, which I think is solid. Interested to see how that's doing in the UK, but I'm not going to take the time to look that up right now. I'll do that on my own time. And that's the commercial performance of hip hop. So Lil Tecca previously, he had a couple of songs. He had Dark Thoughts and Owa Owa that were charting very well, but when it comes to the degree of like smash hits, hip hop has not really had many this year. And some people are turning this into a Drake Kendrick thing. They're saying, oh, this is because Drake hasn't popped out, and when Iceman comes, we're gonna have some hits. I do think that's possible, but I think there's more to it than that. Someone else said major labels have deprioritized hip hop, cut back resources through sweeping consolidation, and removed or forced out
I
the
also
people who
wonder if it has to deal with like a lot of the court cases that have been targeting like rap also too. That has not been good.
random thing. Do you think they're doing hip hop the whole anti-DEI?
I don't know.
I never thought about it until now. Trump did the whole oh DEI no more. Are we saying hip hop was diversity hires?
Because imagine if we get a record that was like what NWA said F the police or something like that, or like Mac Miller come out with F Donald Trump or anything like that. I think, oof, especially after the Kendrick Lamar, Drake beef, Young Thug. I don't know if it's safe for hip hop to even be relevant.
I
think
mean,
it's safe.
honestly,
I don't think it's safe.
personally, I just don't feel there has been much good hip hop lately. Just even me, like listening rap, I listen to old songs. I don't really listen to anything from the past year, and honestly, past couple of years, I don't listen to nothing. I just don't feel there hasn't been any good music from hip hop. Not, I don't. I mean, obviously, we can sit here and theorize. Oh, is there a plot to DEI, not DEI? I don't know.
But female hip hop has been, doing its thing.
Like right, last year it was more like I feel like last year women hip hop it was better than men's hip hop. Except for Kendrick, of course, he had a song, and his album was good too, to be fair. But aside from that, like I just don't see like even Eminem dropped last year, but the album wasn't bad. Like I listened to it a couple of times, but I'm not looking to go back to it. That's not like a classic where I'm sitting here. Oh, let me go back. Like Eminem's Kamikaze, I still go back to listen to this day. This, the one he just dropped last year, I'm like, ugh, it's not. There's nothing bad I can say about it, but I don't want to go back to it. So it's I don't know.
How to market black music. I don't know if this is all the way true either. I am shocked with the dominance of K-pop in American charts too. Like we've got, I don't even know what this Hunter X thing was.
Yeah, I think the K-pop thing in the charts is twofold. One, the movie was very big on Netflix. That there's no denying in that. But I think it also speaks to how weak this year in music is. Because it would be one thing if just one song from the movie was there, but come on, the whole album from the movie is dominant. That's just ridiculous.
Because the movie Wicked came out.
Yeah, it stayed around for a couple of weeks.
I
and
didn't
been
go
down.
that
Yeah.
high.
Yeah, this is at this point it just shows how weak the year is because this year was very weak in music. Now
This is perfect timing.
and I was hoping the year would pick up towards the fall because we got Doja, Cardi dropping, Taylor just dropped, uh, Mariah dropped,
Christmas is coming, so
Ye-
Mariah
yeah.
Christmas.
So I was hoping okay, the fall is gonna clear the list. I just Cardi is gonna be out of there too. Doja, it wasn't that good. Mariah, I don't think she's gonna do much. Taylor will do her thing. So I don't know. Taylor might stick around to kind of give a little music, but it's just nobody's. I feel like this year nobody's making good music. Like, what does that say about the year? If we have like what 3, 4 K-pop songs in top 10, and then yeah, like not even K-pop songs. This is soundtrack songs. Like
I think it's a soundtrack to a movie, but this group, this Golden song has been #1 for 12 weeks, and I've never heard it. Now, Ordinary by Alex Warren, I've heard that song a lot, and we've got multiple like Asian idol songs that are throughout the top 10 and throughout the entire chart. Like, it's not even like Latin music is dominating the chart, the Hot 100 this week at least, or the past several weeks.
This
But
is a
country
great
is
year
for
for
sure up there
K-pop.
right now. And the question is, do y'all actually care? Because it's only commercially that this is happening. And I just think that maybe we're in a phase where
I do care because, as I said, I just don't feel there has been any good hip hop music. So, like for me, I don't feel music is good. That's why I care. Not that they're not doing. I wouldn't care. Couldn't care less if it's not doing good if the music was good. But there just isn't much good music. That's the problem.
where who's really making hits, like hits that are going to appeal to people outside of hip hop.
With Asana,
Like,
tasks
who's making
and
hits that
company-wide
appeal
goals
to
are in
people
one
inside
place,
of hip hop?
so your teams
That's the
understand.
question.
I don't know. Drake is the one that does that, but then people complain that Drake does that. And then when Drake makes rap songs that aren't doing that, they hate on him for not charting. So what is it that you guys want? I personally think that, and I have said this before, this has been one of the best years for hip hop. So if we're talking about the output of music that's come out, like for example, Gunna dropped a great album. We've got Jay Electronica dropping more songs in the past week than he has done his entire career. Now, granted, some of these songs were supposed to be dropped 12 years ago, 13 years ago, and they
Who
didn't, but
cares
we're getting
about
them
Jay
out on streaming.
Electronica?
I feel like a little kid in Christmas when I get this. So we've got Jay Electronica dropping, one of the smoothest, most effortless rappers ever. Like I can't tell. I listening to Jay Electronica's music, especially with his beat selection, it's like having your ear tickled. It's an insane feeling. Pause on that, of course. But what else did we get? When it comes to albums, we got the Joey Badass album. And a lot of people were just trying to hate on Joey because he sold like what 10K first week. I thought you guys didn't care about that. Joey dropped a solid album after he washed the West Coast in the beef too. Now it was a competitive beef, but after he beat the West Coast in the 20v1 himself, Kid Cudi, I've listened to a couple of tracks on that, but Kid Cudi, this was I think his
10K
last
first
album
week?
on the label before he went independent. Offset dropped a solid album, and he's been doing that performance with Drowning Pool
Okay.
How
for
much
the
Offset got for sale?
I don't know, but I will say Offset Body Song is a good song. Probably the best song this year that dropped. That I forgot about it. I did go back to listen to that song. But yes, that is a good song.
remix. the what do you call it? Interpolation, rendition, whatever it is, sample of Bodies with JID. That's one of my favorite songs this year. And the fact that he did that performance on the Late Night Show, was that on Jimmy Kimmel? That was probably the last great performance on Jimmy Kimmel ever. That's history right there. They need to, well, if this was 2021, they would turn that into an NFT or something. Earl, I didn't check out that album. Big X the Plug has been dropping nothing but heat. He dropped an album this year too, and that was just a month ago. And Chance the Rapper's Starline, like, how much more do you guys want? I can keep going.
Oh,
JID,
I didn't know
dropped a
he
great
dropped an
album.
album.
Yeet dropped a really, really good project. Yeet dropped a solid project. And people enjoyed, they said, not me, I disagreed, but they said A Futuristic Summer by Metro Boomin was a great project too. And this is just August. This is just August, September. We haven't even gone back further. We could go back further. Like, the Young Boy is going crazy on tour right now. That's within our world of hip hop, of course. He's having the craziest tour. Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist dropped Alfredo too. So we've been getting fed. Don't Tap the Glass by Tyler the Creator as well. And none of these turned into massive hits, but are we looking for singles? Like, if we're doing that, then we got to get Nicki Minaj back out here because she can deliver. Jack Boys too. Travis Scott is someone that we would expect to be able to deliver a hit. And Clips Let God Sort Him Out too. I'm not even going to go down the list. There's a long list of great projects that we've got
Clips
this year,
was pretty
and just
good.
action happening within hip hop. But so I don't really think that we should care how it's reflecting on the rest of the world that isn't in tune with hip hop anyway. But we're eating. We got 6ix9ine potentially coming back, not actually coming back, but delivering some prime entertainment. Has any music come out of it? I don't know, but would you guys want to listen to the music that comes out of it anyway?
No.
That's a better question, and you guys claim to say no. So that's why he stays there not dropping music, but doing a Vlad interview. And Vlad did say that was his most expensive interview ever. So I wonder how much 6ix9ine taxed him for that. There has been a lot of restructuring of record labels. Like, for instance, 300, a bunch of people got fired, and they just merged it into, like, Atlantic Warner, and the teams are a lot smaller. So these major labels, they've fired a lot of people, and I think they realize that, yo, we don't need this much staff. We're making a ton of money off of the previous catalogs. Hip-hop is not as in high demand right now, other than Kendrick. But I don't think Kendrick had any effect to do with it, as some people would like to claim. I just think you guys need to apologize to Drake, because it's really Drake and maybe Future that's going to be able to bring it back. And Future doesn't have that cross-market appeal that a Drake has. And this is the thing. If Drake got into country, and Post Malone, he got in at the right time. But Post Malone has always been a lover of country music, so we're not going to play him like Post Malone is trying to do some country grift. But if Drake had hopped on that, like he hopped on, what was it, Latin trap or reggaeton, whatever you want to call it, when he got on that song Mia. If Drake hopped on country at the time, you guys would have said, like, yo, he's ditching hip hop, this and that, but we would have had a hit out of it because Big X the Plug gave us a hit out of it. And I'm kind of happy that we're getting a new crop. Like, Big X the Plug is a new rapper, and he's doing great.
It makes
commercially.
sense for
He's
him.
entertaining
He's
to
from
watch. He
Texas.
seems like a really, really cool guy. He's a big Drake fan himself, and he's
I
not
feel like if it was
too cool for
Drake,
anything.
everyone would say, "What Drake got to do with country?" You think that wouldn't look authentic?
Yeah, because the Plug being from Texas does make sense. Like, I guess the only thing he dropped, like, the whole country album, though. Remember we reacted? It was like a mini album bomb, more on the bubbling than on the actual list, but still, it was like, and every song was a feature with a country artist. I'm like, what? Huh? You know, one song, two songs, okay, but every song.
Like, he's not ashamed to say that he's a Drake fan. And when he was at Wireless Fest in London, he was singing his heart out. That was one of the memes that got really popular during that event. And he's dropping hits for us. And he's putting Texas taking Texas to the next level. I don't want to say on the map, because you had people like the Mexican OT, and the Dallas scene had been growing for quite a while in Texas with people like Mo3 before he passed away, and a lot of other artists that have been kind of like almost getting there. But Big X the Plug is really the one that took it to the next level. So maybe we're getting a new generation, a new class right now, and we're just in the developments. We're in a restructuring phase before we start to get more hits. And I like to hear that. I don't really mind the fact that it's not dominating on the charts, especially global charts, because like Playboy Cardi, that's dominating. Like, that song globally, it's doing really well. The album, at least. But let me know what you guys.
I guess I would say,
By the way, he's a barb.
who, this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you watch him?
No, because he didn't mention anything about Cardi.
Oh,
Because I think she dropped Imaginary Players, at least in the time frames that he was referring to.
Imaginary Players didn't show up on the list. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Outside did. He talked
Yeah.
about Outside. He mentioned Outside.
Mm-hmm.
I think the title says hip hop is dead in 2025. I would say music is dead in 2025. Honestly, 2025 is just poor year for music. I think this year is just not a good year. We'll see what happens next year. Because as much as, I don't have anything from hip hop to listen to from this year. It's not that
It
there's
got you into country.
exactly. I'm sitting here listening to Morgan Wallen. That's how bad the times are. Like, so
I see the comments.
yeah. So I think it's just a bad music year period, really. So hip hop is bad for hip hop, yes, but I think it's not exclusive to hip hop. Mainstream hip hop is falling off while underground hip hop is thriving and doing better than ever. A huge part of the reason why hip hop hasn't been able to keep its momentum the best way is due to new generation talents dying. Eggs, Juice, Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke was good. Everyone loves making money off the culture, yet the very second they get a chance to tear down our culture, they take it like their whole career is based around hip hop. Real hip hop isn't recognized at the moment. So the thing is, though, this comment says, under how group hip hop is thriving and doing better than ever. Yeah, but you need hip hop to go mainstream because if that doesn't happen, there's gonna be no money in hip hop, and people's gonna stop making music. Cause at the end of the day, it's a job, right? So you do need hip hop to make money. You can't just be like, oh, underground hip hop. Like, come on, that's not a real career. So
It's like the circle of life starts all over again. So we're gonna go back to underground and then make it pop again. Okay. Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible.